Coach, hot shooting night by the Nuggets. What were they doing that was so effective?
You know, one thing is ball movement. You know, obviously a lot of their offense starts with Jokic, just his ability to move the ball, find people. But, you know, when you have 7 guys make 2 threes or more, all starters 3 or more, you got multiple problems out there. So, you know, give them credit for generating open shots. We made some adjustments, but, you know, even when we did that, they still got some pretty good looks. They did hit some tough shots, but, you know, they deserve some credit too.
For you guys defensively, where do you feel like you faltered on the three-point defense?
Well, obviously getting to them is a big part. Like I said, there were players and, you know, matchups that we tried adjusting in the game. There were coverages that we adjusted a little bit in the game. But again, that's a tribute to them. There were certain plays where we lost people, you know, and when you get down, your margin of error becomes much smaller, especially as the time keeps running. And so those plays where we either lose players or miscommunicate on a coverage, it makes it that much more difficult.
Joe, as you assess this run here up into the All-Star break, 9-3 overall looks pretty good, but you've yet to knock off a team with real legitimate playoff hopes. Is that an area of opportunity for this team in this unofficial second half?
An area of opportunity to, when you say that, to
really become a threat in the Eastern Conference and prove you can knock off a team that has real playoff hopes.
Right, sure. I think the biggest thing for us is we need to focus on each game and try and beat that team. And each day we've got to get better. So like tonight, I think it's safe to say, you know, defending the 3 took a little bit of a step back. I think that's fair. You know, whomever the opponent is, we have to respect them, give them credit for who they are and what they do, and get stops, run, do the things that we do. You know, offensively tonight, we scored enough points. But overall here recently, I like where the defense is at. I like our intent. I like, you know, the ability to run them off the line. Tonight, you know, if you're going to get that many points from the 3, you know, 72, then 42 from the paint, you know, 70, it's just, that's too difficult. So the bottom line is we've got to get better defending it, learn from this game, see what our mistakes are. You know, we'll see them down the road, but again, each night when we play our opponent, our game plan's got to be on point.
We obviously talked about Jokic pre-game, but just what kind of impact, obviously has a huge impact on the game. What can you guys do better against him?
Yeah, well, one of the things is his versatility, right? You know, we had some coverages, you know, we double-teamed him in the post one time, and he makes the perfect pass right to the cutter, you know, right at the basket. And our rotations, you know, weren't where they needed to be. That's a credit to them with their cutting. It's a credit to him with his skill set. But, you know, he's that talented. I mean, he is, and, you know, so if people weren't aware of that, they certainly are now. And this isn't just us, you know, this is how good he is and the plays that he's capable of making.
What do you do for these next 8 days now that you have this break? How do you approach this with these guys as you guys look forward and try to move up in these standings?
Well, I think the first thing is, okay, now the break is here. Okay, so we've got plans, you know, in terms of, you know, what guys are, you know, doing over the break and what have you. But more importantly, you got to make sure mentally, physically, you get your rest. You also have to make sure you do some work. Can't take too much time off, you know, but we'll come back and the games are going to come really quickly. You know, we'll get back to work, have a few days of practice, but then, you know, play a game followed by a day game. So we know what's out there, and so you plan for those things, but you know, the mindset won't change. When we come back, we have to be ready to work, get better each day, and be ready for that opponent.